Dire team ban.
Puck!
Dire team pick. Radiant team.
League's assassin. Disruptor.
Dire team ban.
Earth Shaker.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Nirana.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Jungle Shaman.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Earth Spirit.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Templar Assassin.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Vengeful spirit.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Ember Spirit.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Old Bear, also known as Siddharth Prashant, and I'm going to be casting a game. Okay, so the game has been paused, so I think this is a good time to give a shout out to our sponsor, SRM University and Phoenix Market City, Bangalore. As for the game itself, we are going to look at the Radiant side. They have a really strong drafts with a bunch of disables and people who can displace other heroes on the map, like the Vengeful Spirit, the Earthshaker, and the Shadow Shaman, combined with really good damage deal with TA and the Puck, who deals massive amounts of magic damage. Meanwhile, on the dire side, we have a Disruptor, Ember Spirit, Mirana, Nyx Assassin, and a Nerd Spirit. So their team is not lacking in disables by any means. So the game has started. We see the Disruptor and the Earthshaker having smoked up TP to the mid lane. They are looking to put down some wards. The Earthshaker has an Observer and a Sentry, and did spot out the Disruptor, trying to place a ward in the mid lane, so I assume that is going to get de-warded pretty fast. The Ember Spirit, he started out with a poor man's shield. That is going to help him be a little bit tanky in the lane. He's presumably going to go up against the TA in the mid lane. The TA does not naturally win the mid lane against the Ember Spirit, since his Flaming Guard does burn through his refraction charges. But we are going to see how it turns out, because Dora is not a game of 1v1s, it is a game of 5v5s. So there we go. And as I speak about that, we see the Earth Spirit going for a first blood, and he gets it on the Vengeful Spirit, but it does not seem like that is something which is going to go unscathed, since the Earthshaker is going to come and kill the Earth Spirit. The Shadow Shaman goes for a shackle on the Nyx Assassin. The Nyx Assassin does not have enough mana to throw out a stun, but the Shadow Shaman, he looks really low. The Shadow Shaman goes down, but it seems as though the Nyx Assassin is also going to go down, preferably. But the Earthshaker, he does have a stun. He hasn't thrown it out yet, but okay. The Nyx Assassin is not going to go down. He's going to pop the Fatty Fire and he's going to live. But the same cannot be said for the Earthshaker. He goes down. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we see the Mirana getting chased down by the Puck. The Puck does deal a lot of damage, but he is under the tower of... Alright then. So meanwhile, in the mid lane, we see the Templar Assassin against the Ember Spirit. I think that was a really situational pass. It was passed right between when the Earth Spirit is going to roll down to the Templar Assassin. Alright, the game is going to get paused. So shout out to more of our sponsors. That is going to be Acer, Predator, and Twitch as our broadcasting partner. Do check them out. Do check out Acer, Predator, and all of their products. And the go sign has been given. The game is going to resume. It is going to be a big fight in the mid lane. The roll does not connect onto the TA. She is going to survive, but the Fissure coming in down the mid lane. The Ember Spirit is going to get forced out of the lane. He does have to rotate over the river, so he's going to be missing out on essential experience. Alright, then the Ember Spirit does not seem to be having a good time in the mid lane against the Templar Assassin, being supported by the Earthshaker, who is camping really close in the mid lane. Meanwhile, at the bottom, we see that's going to be a dual lane from the Dire, the Nyx Assassin and the Disruptor. But the Vengeful Spirit is not going to be alone, since that is going to be a tri-lane being supported by the Earthshaker and the Shadow Shaman. Those are 3 stuns in one lane, so that is going to be really hard. There goes a shackle onto the Disruptor. The Disruptor is getting really low, but the Nyx Assassin goes for a kill onto the Shadow Shaman. He gets it. The Vengeful Spirit is also getting low, but the Disruptor is definitely going to go down. One more right click. Okay, the Nyx Assassin gets a double kill. The Earthshaker is in dire danger, but he is going to run away. No, he's not going to run away. The stun connects, and one more right click from the Nyx Assassin, and the Earthshaker is just going to go down. He is going to be safe for now. The mid lane matchup, it does not seem to be going well for the Ember Spirit. He has been forced to use a bunch of his spells to secure those last hits. The top lane, though, the Puck is going to solo against a tri-lane of the Dire. That is going to be a Disruptor, and the Mirana. The Mirana is going to be the position 1 carry. That is going to be really weird, but Okay, the puck is going to go down. He's going to get stun locked by the Mirana's arrow, and the boulder smash coming in from the Earth Spirit is going to secure that kill. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, the Ember Spirit, as usual, he's going to get forced onto the tower. He's not going to be getting as much farm as he should be getting. Maybe if he builds a Battle Fury, that is going to be the case. He can get back the farm that he lost from the lane, but the meta these days, it allows him to go for more of a magic build, going for the Veil of Discord. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we see a Shackle coming onto the Nyx Assassin. The Nyx Assassin is getting really low. He is going to get trapped up by the boulder. He has the Spike Carapace, one more chance, but I don't think that is going to save him. He pops it anyway, and he goes down. Another kill going for the Shadow Shaman down the bottom lane. Okay, so the Ember Spirit has a bottle being queued up and a magic wand. The magic wand is going to help him immensely to escape from the assassin since she does spam out her refraction. Talking about getting into fights, we see a little bit of a skirmish going in the mid lane. The Earthshaker being positioned to go for a fissure onto the Ember Spirit if he strays too far in, but he just dropped the fissure anyway, and that is going to make sure that Ember Spirit is not going to get those much needed last hits. Okay, meanwhile on the top lane we see the puck getting really aggressive onto the Disruptor. He might go down. Yes, he is going to go down. The Waning Drift into the Illusory Orb is going to secure that. Meanwhile on the bottom lane, the Nyx Assassin is going to get really low, but he is going to get bailed out by the Earth Spirit. He does pop the wand and he is going to survive for now. He's probably going to survive all the way. Meanwhile, the Vengeful Spirit goes back under her tower. She is going to get safe. No, she wants to stick in, try to get a bunch of blast hits, maybe go for a kill. We see the Disruptor coming in. He pops out the kinetic field. The kinetic field is not going to stop the Vengeful Spirit. She does get out of it. She goes for a stun. She goes for a bunch of right clicks. She has a wand. But the Boulder Smash coming in from the Earth Spirit, maybe he can roll in, and yeah, he gets that. No, the Disruptor gets that since the Thunder Strike secures that kill. So it is going to be a really eventful game. It is a absolute bloodbath down the bottom lane. All three supports helping out their cores. Meanwhile, up top, the puck is going to show his dominance since the absence of the supports is not going to be a good thing for the Mirana. The puck deals way more damage than the Mirana does. Alright then, so it seems as though the bottom lane, there is going to be a fight soon. The Nyx Assassin is going to set it up probably. We see the Disruptor and the Earth Spirit coming down. The Earth Spirit is not going to be visible. The Thunder Strike onto the Earthshaker. The Earthshaker gets really low. The Boulder Smash onto the Earthshaker, and the stun from the Earth Spirit is going to secure the kill. The Disruptor takes it as usual. The kinetic field onto the Shadow Shaman. The Shadow Shaman is getting really low. He throws out his nuke, but he is going to go down anyway. So that is 9 kills going for the side of Dire. We see 2 Psionic Traps in the mid lane, but the remnant out from the Ember Spirit, he is going to be safe. The Nyx Assassin, let's talk about that. He is a really tanky hero. He has naturally good HP regeneration. Combined with the Poor Man's Shield, he is going to be really tanky. He can negate a lot of damage coming in from the Vengeful Spirit. Meanwhile, the Earth Spirit is going to go onto the Earthshaker. He uses the Boulder Smash and the roll in. The Earthshaker does have that stun, I believe, but the Earth Spirit, he is getting really low. One more right click from the Earthshaker could secure that, but he does not go for it. Instead, the heroes from the Dire turn onto the Vengeful Spirit. He is getting really low, but the Vengeful Spirit has set his eyes on the Disruptor. The Disruptor gets really low, but he is going to be safe for now. The Fissure coming in, trapping the Nyx Assassin, but the Nyx Assassin is going to go away. He is going to be safe for now. The Earthshaker, though, he is getting really low. He could die possibly to the Nyx Assassin. He does have one more stun, yes. And the Earthshaker is going to go down. The Disruptor, though, the Disruptor is going for more right click. The Shadow Shaman gets one more kill. The Vengeful Spirit, though, she is trying to chase out the Nyx Assassin, but it seems though that is not going to happen. Okay, the Magic Missile coming in from the Vengeful Spirit tends to kill herself since the Spike Carapace procs and she dies. The Vengeful Spirit is not looking really good. The core Vengeful Spirit has been in the meta for quite a long time, but sometimes it just does not seem to work. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we see the Ember Spirit having that bottle. He is going to be having a good time right now, since he can go back to base, use the remnant, TP back to base, and come back into the lane without a lot of delay. Ideally, he would not miss a lot of flash hits. And talking about getting kills, we see a smoke coming down the bottom lane. The Earthshaker and the Shadow Shaman go for it. But little do they know that there isn't a hero present down the bottom lane. The Nyx Assassin is going to TP down the bottom lane right now.
Strider sprints.
A prize.
A haste coming into the Disruptor. The Disruptor wants to go for a kill onto the mid lane. Okay.
Yes.
The Earthshaker is really farmed. He has his arcane boots in 8 minutes. That is a support Earthshaker getting his items. That is really scary. The Puck, meanwhile, in the top lane, it has not been as eventful, since the Puck and the Mirana have been dealing a good amount of damage to each other, but they have not really done enough to kill them. We see a Thunder Strike coming onto the Vengeful Spirit. The Vengeful Spirit is getting really low. He is going to get glimpsed back, and the kinetic field is going to stop him for now. The Boulder Smash coming in from the Earth Spirit. That is going to stun down the Vengeful Spirit, and she goes down once more. No, the one charge has been popped up, and the Enchant Totem coming in from the Earthshaker is going to make sure that she is not going to die. Okay, a bunch of right clicks coming in from the Shadow Shaman, and the Ether Shock is going to get that kill. Meanwhile, the Ember Spirit TPs down to the bottom lane. He goes for a Remnant 10. He is chasing down the Shadow Shaman, but the Shadow Shaman is going to be safe for now. Okay, he's not going to be safe. He is going to die. So that is a good trade at the Nyx Assassin for the Shadow Shaman, since the Shadow Shaman is someone you need to be scared about in the late game. Once he gets his items, he will be able to get a bunch of towers, but meanwhile, the Earthshaker goes for one more fissure and gets the kill onto the Earth Spirit as he was running away from the lane.
Allies disappear.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, the Earthshaker and the Shadow Shaman are trying to go for a kill onto the Disruptor. The Shackle is going to secure that kill. The Ember Spirit, we see he does stray under the Sentry Ward, but it does not seem like he is going to die. The Templar Assassin is getting really low, but the Shackle coming onto the Earth Spirit, and the Earth Spirit is going to go down. The Nyx Assassin, though, he is in this, so maybe he could go for a kill onto the Templar Assassin, but they decide he's going to get caught out by the sentries, so he's just going to go back and not pursue onto that kill, that easy kill that he could have gotten if he was there a minute earlier.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, the Puck, she's like 400 gold away from her Blowing Dagger. Once she gets that, she will be able to go for more kills. We see a smoke coming in from the Vengeful Spirit and the Disruptor. The Puck is going to go into the lane. Maybe they want to go for that essential Mirana kill. The Mirana does have that leap, but if she does get shackled by the Shadow Shaman, it is not going to be easy for that. The Dream Call is going to get popped. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we see the Disruptor is going to go down on tandem with the Mirana. The Mirana is also going to go down, getting shackled and hexed by the Shadow Shaman, and the Puck dealing the damage that he deals.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay, we see the Earth Spirit with an Arcane Rune. He is quite tanky since he does have a Magic Wand and those infused raindrops. Maybe if they try hard, they will be able to get a kill onto the Shadow Shaman down the bottom lane. He is alone, and there is no TPs from his teammates who can bail him out if they go for the kill. The Nyx Assassin is trying to go for his stun, but it does not connect onto the Shadow Shaman. Mana burn onto the Shadow Shaman. He might die. Okay, the Disruptor throws down the Thunder Strike, and that is going to probably secure the kill. Okay, the stun from the Nyx Assassin does not connect, and the Earthshaker, he is going to TP onto the lane. Maybe they can get a kill onto the Nyx Assassin, but no! The Earthshaker gets glimpsed back as he TPs. But the Nyx Assassin is going to go down anyway, since he was under the tower. Meanwhile, we see the Shadow Shaman is also going to go down. Alright, things are not looking really well for the Radiant side since the Vengeful Spirit is not getting the amount of farm that he should.
Dire's structures are fortified.
But then again, the Mirana does have quite a decent amount of farm, so he will be able to go back and try to get a bunch of kills if he needs to.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Alright, then the next assassin is going to get caught out by the fissure. The Radiant ward in that cliff is going to scout out his TP onto the shrine. And the bottom tower is going to go down. The Templar assassin is going to take that. He is pretty strong right now, but the Ember Spirit is going to get caught out by the sentry and the shackle onto the Ember Spirit. He is getting stunned, but the Flame Guard from the Ember Spirit is going to make sure that he is not going to go down that easily. Meanwhile, the Templar assassin and the Earthshaker, they both go down. The Ember Spirit coming into play right there. Shadow Shaman is trying to deal a bunch of damage to the Mirana, but the Vengeful Spirit on the other side is going to get caught up, arrowed, stun locked, and he's going to go down. The Mirana participating in that fight and making sure that his team wins that. Shrine is going to get popped up, and the heroes are going to heal up. With that, they can possibly go for another skirmish down the bottom lane. They do smoke up. Maybe if they spot a hero TPing onto the lane, they could go for the kill, but they do see the Earthshaker in the mid lane. He is under their vision, and maybe if the Earth Spirit goes in, the Earthshaker is going to go down. The Earthshaker is going to be safe for now. But the fissure comes in, but the Templar assassin is going to go in the kinetic field, and the static storm is going to catch out the puck. The puck is getting really low, and one more boulder smash coming in from the Earth Spirit is going to secure that. We have two ES in this game, so I can't really say ES, Earthshaker and Earth Spirit. So I really have a tough time right now, but a kinetic field coming onto the mid lane, the Shadow Storm is getting really low, and the Psionic Trap is going to slow down the Disruptor. He's getting really low. Maybe if a blink onto the... Okay, he is going to go down. The Nyx assassin wasted that Vendetta onto the TA. He did have his refraction on, so he did not deal the amount of damage that he should. The Templar assassin TPs down to the bottom lane, and the TP is coming in from the Mirana, and she's going to be safe. She goes back to base.
Invisibility.
Okay, the Blink Dagger coming in onto the Earthshaker. He is going to get that in like the next 2 minutes, I presume. The Earth Spirit does not have a lot of items in his progression. Maybe he has one on his career. Alright, the Disruptor trying to... There seems to be a fight going in the lane. The Vengeful Spirit is going to get caught out by the Remnant, but there is no static field. The Boulder Smash is also not going to connect, so this might look like a disaster. The Pug, okay, she is going to get caught up by the Static Storm coming in from the Disruptor. The Silence is going to make sure that she's going to take a lot of damage, but the turnaround from the Pug, she goes for the Dream Coil and the Illusory Orb. She gets two heroes, the Ember Spirit and the Nyx Assassin, and meanwhile we see the Disruptor is going to get chased, but he is going to be safe since the Kinetic Field is going to save him for now. We see the Bolt Smash coming in from the Earth Spirit. The Earth Spirit is going to be in a really tough position right now. He is going to TP out. No, it is going to get cancelled by the fissure coming in from the Earthshaker, and he is going to go down. One more right click from the Puck, and he might get that. No, the Earth Spirit is juking. Okay, the Earth Spirit eventually goes out, but that he wasted a lot of time for the heroes, and maybe that will eventually lead up to more farm going for his course. So we see the Mirana going for the Dragon Lance. The Dragon Lance allows her to right click from a much further distance. Fissure coming in from the Earthshaker. The Earthshaker is trying to go for a kill onto the Nyx Assassin. The Nyx Assassin, though, he uses that Spike Carapace and makes sure that the puck does not jaunt onto that illusory orb. We see a smoke coming in from the Radiant. They are trying to go for a kill. The TA has a double damage. No, they do not want to go for a kill. They want to go for something better. They want to finish up Roshan right now.
Dire are scanning. Shadows take us.
Okay, it seems as though the heroes from the Dire, they know what the Radiant are up to. They know that they're in the Rosh Pit. We see the Earth Spirit and the Ember Spirit trying to go for that. Okay, maybe not. The Templar Assassin is going to blink away. She is going to give up on that Rosh attempt. And the Rosh is really low, so if the heroes from the side of Dire manage to go for a fight, 5v5 fight, they might be able to go and contest those kills. We see the Nyx Assassin, she is going to scout out the Vengeful Spirit. He is invisible and they do not have a sentry to figure that out. And okay, the Aegis is going to go down, the Templar Assassin is going to pick that up. That is going to be a great timing window. The Earth Spirit with that Glimmer Cape will be able to disperse a lot of magic damage coming in from the puck and the Shadow Shaman. So there's that. They have that going for them. Mirana, having completed her Yasha, she is looking to complete the Manta style. Once she has that, maybe she can get out of those silence from the puck, and that is going to be essential since she does deal a lot of magic damage with her Starstorm. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we see the Ember Spirit just up to his usual things, just farming up and using that tournament to be in a safe spot if he needs to go back. Top lane, the Shadow Shaman is going to go for those wards, but in the mid lane, the puck goes for an illusory orb, and the Dream Call is going to connect onto 3 heroes, but that is not going to result in a kill. He gets glimpsed back, but he does have that Aegis, so that is not going to be such an easy fight. The Impale is going to miss onto the puck, and meanwhile in the top lane the tower goes down to the Vengeful Spirit and the Shadow Shaman. So that is a really good thing going for the Radiant. They do not lose any heroes down the mid lane and they take the tower in the top lane. We see a little thing going down in the mid lane. The blink coming in from the Nyx Assassin is going to make sure that he's not going to get caught out by the stun from the Earthshaker. So it's going to be a 5-man push coming onto the mid lane. The Mirana does TP in hopes of getting a good teamfight going on. The puck has a good position, but the Glimmer Cape from the Earth Spirit is going to catch him out. No! That's amazing. Okay, he is going to get caught up by the stun from the Nyx Assassin and the slow coming in from the Templar Assassin is going to slow down the Nyx Assassin. He is going to get shackled and he's going to go down. The Earthshaker is going to take that kill with that enchant totem. The Ember Spirit coming in, he is going to get silenced. The Triple Remnant is going to kill the Templar Assassin, but she does have that Aegis, mind you, so she will be able to respawn and take the fight. The Fissure coming in from the Earthshaker is going to stun lock them down, but the Templar Assassin goes down anyway under the Static Storm, dealing a lot of damage. The Remnant is coming in from the Earth Spirit. Okay, not the Earth Spirit, the Ember Spirit. He is going to catch out the Earthshaker. He does have the Blink Dagger, so he will be able to go down, but no, the Blink gets cancelled. 2 more right clicks and he goes down to the Ember Spirit. So that is a good turnaround coming in from the Dire. They take 4 kills, they lose none, and they are looking to push down the mid lane.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Hero is going to get contested. The Shadow Shaman is in with that Boomer Gate. He is going to go for a Hex onto the Ember Spirit, but he's going to get stunned by the Nyx Assassin and his Impale. Oh my god, that is going to be a 3-man call coming in from the Pug. Shadow Shaman is getting really low. He does drop the wards since he knows that he's going to die. The Ember Spirit though, he is going to go down to the Templar Assassin. And we see the Moonlight Shadow coming in from the Mirana. That is going to make sure that the Nyx Assassin is going to be safe. He does pop his Vendetta, so he should be safe for now. He blinks out. So the Ember Spirit is the only guy who goes down in their team. But that is still a kill onto the Ember Spirit. We see the Triple Assassin. She is going to spot out the Mirana. The Mirana does leap away. She's going to be safe for now. The Earth Spirit has that Force Staff being queued up in his quick buy. That Force Staff will come in handy if he needs to escape from heroes like Temporary Assassin and Vengeful Spirit, who have those stuns and spells coming up for them. The 5 heroes are going to group up in the bottom lane from the Radiant, and we see a smoke coming in from the Dire. For the Nyx Assassin is going to scout out the heroes near the river, but they pop the dust and they spot out the Nyx Assassin. He is going to get shackled, but the shackle is immediately going to get cancelled by the Mirana using that arrow, and a pause comes in from the Ember Spirit. Okay. The Ember Spirit pause is a little bit fishy right there, but I don't think that's going to be a big deal. Since the game is paused, let me give a shout out to our sponsors, Circle Gaming and Redbull, our energy partner. Do check them out. And coming back into the game, it seems as though Mirana, as the kids these days might say, royally trapped. Gosan is going to get given by the Earth Spirit, so yeah, let's unpause to watch the death of the Mirana. The bullet smash coming in from the Earth Spirit, it is going to hit onto the Puck. The Puck is going to get magnetized, so he will not be able to blink out as of yet. The refraction coming in from the Templar Assassin is not going to save her. 2 kills going the way of the Dire. So an urn being popped up onto the Earthshaker, and he is going to get really low when he manages to TP away, but the same cannot be said for the Disruptor. The Disruptor does go down. We see the sound coming in from the Earth Spirit. He is trying to go for a kill onto the Puck, but he's not alone. He is going to get stunned up, and the Ember Spirit coming in at the crucial time. The Dream Call onto the Ember Spirit, and the Earth Spirit is going to make sure that the Vengeful Spirit is going to be safe. The Vengeful is going to get stunned up and silenced by the Earth Spirit and the Nyx Assassin. We see a shackle coming onto the Puck, and he goes down the Boomer Cape onto the Shadow Shaman. He goes for a shackle, maybe going for a shackle onto the Earth Spirit. No, the Moonlight Shadow being popped up. The Invis does not get revealed since they did not have a sentry at that point.
Blessings.
The Templar Assassin, having completed her Desolator, is looking to go for that BKB. Once she has that, she is not going to get stunned up and silenced by the Disruptor, and the damage being dealt from the Ember Spirit's Flame Guard is not going to proc that refraction, so she will be able to deal a lot of damage in those team fights once she gets that BKB. Meanwhile, the Nyx Assassin also has a Force Staff being queued up. The Vengeful Spirit though, she has a Hood of She has a Hood of Defiance, people, so she did not go entirely for the damage route, she went for the more tankier survivability. She also has that Solar Crest combined with her armor reduction, and damage aura is going to be really crucial, allowing the Templar Assassin to deal the amount of damage she does. And we have not talked about the Puck a lot in this game. The Puck is looking really strong. He did go for the Midas early on, so he is not lacking in farm by any means. We see a smoke coming up from the next assassin, and
Radiant
we see three heroes rotating onto the dire jungle. But the Radiant scan is going to catch out the disruptors, so they are going to back off possibly. We see the courier coming in. It is going to reveal the Shadow Shaman's position. Maybe if they go for team fight, they will be able to get a kill. We see the stun running on to the Shadow Shaman. The Shadow Shaman is going to just stay there and die. Take one for the team. The Vengeful Spirit has a Manta Style being queued up. I don't think she's going to get it anytime soon, but if she does, that is going to help her massively from the silence coming in from the Earth Spirit. So you see a push coming in the top lane. 5 heroes have gathered up. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, the Templar Assassin pushes in.
Radiant's courier.
That is going to proc a bunch of TPs coming from the dire side. So the push in the top lane is not going to be there. They are going to go back. We see a TP coming in onto the top lane, the top shrine. They are looking to get those final chase kills onto the Mirana and the Earth Spirit. So we see an initiation coming in from the Puck, and the Shadow Shaman gets a kill onto the Mirana. Okay. The Earth Spirit is just going to TP back to base and be safe. He did not bother to help that Mirana. He knew that she was dead, so he just chose the Earth Spirit to not come to try to help her. We see a blink initiation onto the Disruptor, and he gets 3-shot by the Templar Assassin, the Desolator, dealing the damage. Spirit has the Radiance being queued up. The Radiance will make sure that he deals a lot more damage, and the evasion coming in really handy will help him to survive those right clicks coming in from the Vengeful and the Assassin. And the Vengeful are going to get Roshan. The Roshan is going to go down fairly easily. So that is the second Aegis going for the Radiant side.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
To Inferno.
We see a bunch of TP coming down to the bottom lane. The Yules into silence does not connect since the Ember Spirit just decides to slide off his Shinraman away. So those TPs did not result in a kill. That is a massive waste of time, and that will allow them to go for more farm.
Never refuse gold given.
The Ember Spirit has his Radiance, so he needs to deal a lot of damage. We're talking about the Mirana. She has the Mana Style already. She has that Maelstrom also, so she deals a lot of damage. The silence coming in from the Puck, but the amazing Echo Slam coming in from the Earthshaker is going to make sure that the Earth Spirit is going to die. But then again, the Mirana pops his Moonlight Shadows, so the rest of his team are going to be safe.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Bottom lane's tower is going to go down. Templar Assassin takes that, and maybe since they have that Aegis, they want to mobilize it into a really good team fight and push down the bottom lane. The Shadow drops his ward. The Mirana is still pushing down the bottom lane. Puck is there, maybe trying to stop the TP coming in from
Dire's bottom tower
He just is going to get popped up, but the Static Storm into his Over Smash is going to make sure that the Templar Assassin is done, but the swap coming in from the Vengeful Spirit, and she is going to get really low. We see the Shadow Shaman is trying to go for the next assassin, and the assassin is looking really strong. He does get that Shadow Shaman before he goes down himself, the Ember Spirit, and the next assassin going down for the dire side. She's getting eaten by the Vengeful Spirit, and they want to get a kill, return kill onto the Earth Spirit, but he is looking to survive for now. And we see the Puck has set his eyes upon the Disruptor. He dodges that overthrow coming in from the Earth Spirit, and he is going to get that kill. And the tier 3 down the bottom lane goes down. The barracks are followed. Seems as though they do not want to stop right there. The fissure is going to connect onto the Mirana. She does get really low, but she leaps away and uses that Glimmer Cape, so she is going to be safe for now. That was a really costly fight going for the dire side. They lost their barracks, they lost their heroes, and they really did not gain anything in return.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Alright then, that was just my coworker playing CSGO in the background. Not really a big deal, he's just, you know, a little bit retarded. Okay, we see the shrine getting contested by the Radiant side, but they're not going to get that since the TP is coming in and the respawns. You see the 3 heroes from the Radiant side have grouped up. They do see the Ember Spirit. Maybe they want to go for a kill onto him. The Ember Spirit gets spotted out by the Puck. The Silence coming in from the Puck is also going to make sure that he is going to stay. Okay, no, he is going to go down. The Hex coming in from the Shadow Shaman is going to get that kill. The Earthshaker does in the mid lane. He's going to get stunned up by the next assassin. The next assassin is going to back off though. They know that this is not a really good fight to take. The TA though, she pops her BKB. Okay, she pops her BKB for no reason. Maybe if she blinks in and pops the BKB, she could get that use, but I guess she thought the heroes would stick around more. But that did not happen to be the case. So the BKB is down for a minute. The dire side can go for a kill onto the Templar Assassin if they want to, but meanwhile down in the bottom lane we see the Puck is going to spot out the Earth Spirit, but the juke coming in from the Earth Spirit, I don't think that is going to save him for now. Meanwhile in the mid lane we see the wards getting dropped up by the Shadow Shaman. They are trying to contest that tier 3. Spirit is looking really low, but he is going to get spotted out by the Puck. But the roll away into the TP coming in from the Earth Spirit is not going to save him, since the blink into Waning Rift coming in from the Puck is going to get that kill. The tier 3 in the mid lane is going to go down. The barracks are exposed. The Ember Spirit though, he is going to deal a lot of damage. The triple drum into in. The Echo Slam is not going to deal a lot of damage, and the Ember Spirit gets those crucial kills from the Shadow Shaman and the Earthshaker. You see the Silence and the Invis coming in from the Mirana is going to help them. The Mirana is going to go down though. The BKB TA is really looking fat. So that's 2 heroes going down in the dire side and 3 heroes going down for the Radiant. The Puck and the Templar Assassin are looking to still go and push. That might not be the best of ideas, since, you know, the number disadvantage, but they go for it anyway. They get that mid-range barracks and they back off.
Dire's top shrine has fallen.
The bottom shrine, the top shrine for the dire side is going to go down. The Templar Assassin picks that up. That is 1 map advantage that they can get. The heroes from the dire can't TP there anymore. The Puck with that Aghanim Scepter is looking really strong. The Aghanim Scepter allows him to deal way more damage than he usually does with that Ring Coil, so that is an amazing item. Meanwhile, the Templar Assassin completes her Hurricane Pike. She has a Orchid getting queued up. The Orchid is going to allow her to deal a significant amount of damage to the Ember Spirit if he gets caught out by that Orchid. The Ember Spirit, though, he is looking to go for, I don't know, a Lotus Orb? Okay, that is a little bit weird, but we see a smoke coming up from the Radiant side. They spot out the Mirana, they go for him, and the Mirana is going to go down. So that is a number advantage coming for their side, and this is going to be a really good setup for a ward and a push onto the Dire top lane. The tier 3 is going to get really low since the Shaman wards have been popped up. We see that Mirana still hasn't respawned, so that's not a fight that is worth taking. Meanwhile, the Vengeful Spirit gets rooted and stunned, and she goes down. That takes that kill. Meanwhile, on the top lane, we see the Vengeful Spirit is also going to go down because she did swap in aggressively. The Earthshaker, though, he is stunned up. And he also goes down. So there's two heroes going down for the side of Radiant. Silence coming onto the Puck, and the Puck is also going to go down. The Shadow Shaman and Templar Assassin are the only ones who survive that. But then again, that is 3 lanes with their towers down. We see a Yule Scepter being queued up for the Ember Spirit. Once he gets that, maybe he will be able to negate a lot of damage coming in from the Puck with that Yule Scepter. Also, that helps when he's silenced. And we have one more pause coming in from the Nyx Assassin. Alright then, a shout out to our sponsors, Wittyfeed. Do check them out, and do check us out, Playtonia, at Facebook, Playtonia's Facebook page, and visit our website if you want to play a CSGO in 128 tick. Register in our website and do check us out. We roll out a lot of esports content. Check out our YouTube channel, check out our Twitch, check out our Facebook, and that's about it. We will go back into the game. The Mjolnir being completed on the Mirana. She is looking to deal a lot of damage. The Nyx Assassin has the Aghanims being queued up. He needs a 200 gold to complete that, but I don't think he's going to complete that since they do need those crucial buybacks in these team fights and one of them dies. And as I finish that, the Ghost Sign is going to get given by the Earth Spirit. And another pass follows in. Alright. It seems as though the Dire side are playing in a internet cafe. They say recharge, so I assume that they have to recharge to keep playing. Well, talking about playing in a LAN setting, I personally do think that playing in a LAN setting allows a team to perform way better than they do if they do play online. But then again, the comfort factors coming in from home PCs, I don't know, maybe that is just a personal preference of mine, but playing in a LAN environment is certainly better than playing online. And the Gosan is going to get given by the Earth Spirit. They are going to resume the game. The Ember Spirit, though, he is looking really weak as of now. Once he gets his items, maybe they could win these essential team fights. But the Roche is going to get attempted by the Nyx Assassin and the Mirana. It is going to get spotted out by the Vengeful Spirit and the Earthshaker. The Earthshaker wants to go for a fissure. He does spot out the heroes doing Roshan. The Roche Pit, the Mantisal getting popped up by the Vengeful Spirit. They want to get a kill onto the Earth Spirit. Okay, the Earth Spirit is going to go down. The Enchant Totem stun coming in from the Earthshaker is going to secure that. But the Mirana's ultimate, the Moonlight Shadow getting popped up, is going to make sure that the heroes can set up well, but the Moonlight Shadow does go away. So 4 heroes near the Roche pit, and we see a buyback coming in from the Earth Spirit. That might not have been the best of ideas, sir, since he did clarify the fact that they intend to take the team fight in the near the Roche pit. We see the Roman coming in from the Ember Spirit. He wants to chase a hero, but they don't realize the hero just sidestepped. They are near the Radiant top shrine. We see the Vengeful Spirit throws down her second spell. She does start out meanwhile the creeps in the bottom lane are going to go for that push. We see the amazing Echo Swan coming in from the Earthshaker. It is going to catch out the Ember Spirit. He goes down. The Earth Spirit also goes down. That was a dieback. He does not have buyback. We see the Disruptor. He manages to TP back then. Mirana also goes back in. So it is going to be... They're going to be safe for now, but not for long, since the Roshan is going to go down to the Radiant for the third time. The Templar Assassin taking that Aegis for the third time, and they want to go for that final push in the top lane.
A prize.
See a push coming in the top lane, but the Static Storm is going to catch out the Shadow Shaman. The Shadow Shaman goes down. The Aegis from the Templar Assassin is going to get popped up really fast. We see the Earthshaker is also going to come in. The Fissure is not going to connect onto any heroes, and the Glim is coming in from the Disruptor is going to get BKB'd out. The mid lane's barracks are going to go down. The Vengeful Spirit takes care of that. This Assassin, using that burrow, is going to be able to delay the onslaught of the Radiant for a while, but only for a while, since the barracks are going to go down. This Assassin tries to go for a stun onto the Templar Assassin, but that is not going to be of any use since the barracks do go down, and that is going to be mega creeps for the Radiant. They are going to go for a kill. So the Templar Assassin, she is going to respawn in about 70 seconds, so things are looking really well. Okay, that Joe coming in from the puck, he TPs back to base, and he is safe. So they just lose that Templar Assassin with their Aegis to secure that mega creeps. But then again, mega creeps do not mean a lot in this meta, since the Ember Spirit will be able to take care of them fairly easily. But then again, GG is going to get called out by the Earth Spirit. And yeah, the game goes to the Radiant. The Templar Assassin coming in really well right there. Easy, going to get called out by the Templar Assassin. Alright.
Radiant victory.
Alright then, White Shadows, as the Radiant team was called, secures the victory and they move on. The Dire, they played a really good game. The Earth Spirit made some really clutch plays. The Nyx Assassin in the lane, he dominated it, and the Ember Spirit in the late game, he made sure that the Radiant were not able to push onto the high ground without any of those Aegis on the Templar Assassin. So that's about it, guys.
Yes!